Why are mannequins so scary? What is it about them that creeps us out? Is it because they look like one of us? Human-like? Have you ever seen a mannequin move without notice when you're not around or looking? Or is it all in your mind? For Luke and Judy, they were about to find out just how creepy a mannequin can be. 2 months have passed since brother and sister Luke and Judy lost their mother. It was especially hard for them since both were so young. Judy was 12, and Luke had just turned 17 2 days before his mother passed away. Just as it hurt both of them to lose a mother, it was also hard to lose a wife. Daniel Brolin, Judy and Luke's father, couldn't live to see another day after his wife Virginia passed away. He was lifeless without her, no longer cared for living. He loved her so much, he couldn't picture his life without her after she died unexpectedly. As hard as it was for the Brolin family, they had no other choice but to continue with life and overcome the death of someone they loved deeply. Waking up every day wouldn't be the same. Luke knew he kind of had to play grown-up now, seeing his dad so miserable and vulnerable to be there for him and for Judy. He sometimes had to ask a neighbor to check up on his dad since there were times he wouldn't pick up his phone while they were at school. One morning when both of them were heading out, Judy and Luke saw their father sleeping on the couch with some empty beer cans on the floor. Judy walks up to her father and hugs him. "Things will get better, Dad. You still have us." Today would be the day things would change for everybody. When both of them got home from school that day, they were treated to a surprise from their dad, who for the first time had a smile on his face. "But I want you two to meet someone." They had no idea what their dad was talking about, until they both saw a mannequin standing in the corner of the living room. "Dad, why is there a mannequin in the corner of the room?" "I got her at the thrift store. Wanted to buy some used clothes, but I saw this on display for $10 and I thought, what a bargain." The mannequin was of a woman, a very creepy looking one. She had no hair and big brown eyes staring at the floor. Both Luke and Judy didn't know how to react or what to say. "Come on, guys. I bought takeout Chinese today. Dinner's at the table." Both of them couldn't take their eyes off the mannequin. Judy in particular was so creeped out, her face turned pale. She had no idea if her dad had gone mental for buying a mannequin, or it was really for the low price. They all tried to eat dinner as a family for the first time, but Judy and Luke were so perplexed by the mannequin. "Can someone please turn the mannequin to the wall? It's creeping me out," asked Judy. Their dad looked confused. Luke got up and walked over to the mannequin and picked it up. "Why didn't you bring her to the kitchen with us?" asked Daniel. "Dad, don't you think it's a bit weird?" "Come on, guys, it's just a mannequin. She'll just stand here," he laughs. Luke doesn't listen to his dad and faces the mannequin to the wall. "It's kind of creeping me out, Dad." "It's okay, not a problem, guys. I'll get rid of it tomorrow." Judy let out a sigh of relief. "Come on, guys, let's continue eating. I feel a bit tired." Later that night, Judy comes into Luke's room. "Luke, I need a huge favor. Can you please give me a glass of water from the kitchen? I can't with that stupid thing in the living room." "Judy, I'm asleep. It won't do anything to you." Judy shoves Luke. "Come on, I'm thirsty." "Right, fine." Luke gets up and walks over to the kitchen, but sees that the mannequin is not in the same spot they left it. In fact, it's gone. Dad must have gotten rid of it. As Luke is pouring water into a glass, a cup falls down from the counter, and right in the corner of the kitchen is the mannequin. Luke startles with the image, but soon ignores it, and walks back to his room and hands Judy the glass of water. "Thank you, big brother." Dad moved the mannequin to the kitchen, in case you're wondering. "And I'll make sure not to go into the kitchen then." Judy drinks her water and exits the room. "Good night." As Judy walks out of the room, she sees the mannequin standing in the middle of the hallway. Judy instantly gets scared and runs back into Luke's room. "I thought you said the mannequin was in the kitchen. You moved it to the hallway to scare me." "No, I didn't." Luke gets up and sees that the mannequin is in fact in the hallway. Luke turns on the lights and stares face cold at it. He slowly walks up to it and looks at it in the eyes, as if it were real. "Did Dad move it?" "Well, the thing's not going to move itself, Luke." Luke picks up the mannequin and takes it to the living room facing the window. "I'm sure it looks creepier from the outside." "I'm sure. Let's go to bed, I'm tired. And please stop adjourning my nights." The next day, Luke and Judy take off to school without seeing their dad around, nor the mannequin. Worried, Luke knocks on the bedroom door. "Dad, are you okay?" There's no answer. Luke walks off as they both go on the bus to school. When both of them come home from school, they are greeted by their dad's psychiatrist, Dr. Green. "Hello, children. How was your day today?" Both of them look confused. "What's going on? Is Dad okay?" "He's fine. He's in the kitchen." Luke takes a glance over at the kitchen and sees his dad cooking while something else immediately caught his attention. And it was that the mannequin was sitting at the dinner table, only this time it's wearing a brown wig, reminiscent to his mother's hair. "What the hell is going on, Dad?" Now, let me speak with both of you outside, please," Dr. Green said. Judy was enraged with what she saw, and sure wasn't happy about whatever Dr. Green had to say. "Your father called me today, and as you can see, he has brought a mannequin into the house." "Yeah, and we wanted to get rid of it." "I understand, but it won't be easy. I too have told your father that this isn't right, and he needs to learn to let go." "What do you mean by let go?" asked Judy. "That mannequin. Your father sees it as his wife, Virginia, your mother. People grieve in all sorts of ways, and this whole being very unorthodox, it's something that is temporary." "I can't accept this," yelled Judy. "You have to. For your father. Your father is depressed and needs you two to be there. If you are not, who knows what will happen. Like I said, this will only be temporary. I will see him every day to slowly convince him that Virginia is no longer with us, only in heart and spirit. Have a great day, you two." The therapist leaves, leaving Luke and Judy to deal with their dad. "Hello, offspring. Come sit down. Food's almost ready." The dad was in a great mood. They were both reluctant to even come near the dinner table. Their dad starts to serve them food on their plate, even for the mannequin. He sits down and joins them as he begins to eat. Luke and Judy had not even touched their food. "What's wrong, you two? I thought you all loved Mom's meatloaf. I cooked it exactly how she did. Isn't that right, Virginia?" The dad turns to look at the mannequin with an enormous smile. Luke and Judy look quite disturbed. "You know that Mom is dead, right, Dad?" said Judy. "No, she's not. She's right here, sitting down with us, Judy." "Dad, Mom is dead." "Enough!" shouted Daniel. "You will respect this dinner table and mentioning nothing of your mother being dead. And that goes for you too, Luke. Your mother is not dead." Silence filled the room as Daniel was eating in rage. Then he started letting out tears. "I just want us to be a family again. I want my family back!" "We're right here, Dad. We are not going anywhere," said Luke. "Thank you, son. Thank you. Now, let's eat." Luke and Judy realized that they were going to have to pretend just for this short while that their own dead mother was this mannequin, not to upset their father. Later that evening, Judy goes into Luke's room. "We have to get rid of that mannequin," said Judy. "We can't. We don't know how Dad will get. I can't live in this house thinking that my mom is alive when she's not. This is only depressing me even more. I know Dad's in pain, but think of what I'm going through. Once Dad realizes the mannequin is gone, maybe he'll snap out of it. There's a darkness in Dad, Luke, and I don't think it will go away." "Okay, we'll take the mannequin tomorrow and borrow Mom's car in the garage to go to school, and we'll go and dump it somewhere." "Thanks, Luke." The next morning, Luke takes the keys to his mom's vehicle and sees the mannequin sitting down on the couch. He grabs it and takes it with him in the car. "Are you coming?" "I'm not riding with that thing in the car. I'm taking the bus," said Judy. Luke puts the mannequin in the backseat and takes off. He drives his way towards school and constantly looks at the rearview mirror where the mannequin is looking at directly, as if it's looking right at him through the reflection. He stops the car and sees a nearby dumpster outside of a mom and pop shop. He takes the mannequin and throws it inside. He looks around to see if anyone saw him, as if he was disposing of a dead body, but there's no one in sight. He takes off rapidly and arrives at school. Later throughout the day, Judy texts Luke. "Did you get rid of it?" He responds, "Yes, I threw it outside Letty's BBQ dumpster." Luke steps outside the class and goes to the restroom where he hears footsteps running towards him. Whoever the person was pushed Luke inside the restroom. It was his father, Daniel. Daniel grabs him by his shoulders, gripping hard and looking extremely furious. Where is your mother? Dad, what are you talking about? You know damn fucking well what I'm talking about, you little shit! Daniel grabs Luke's right ear and squeezes it, causing Luke to slowly go down on his knees from the pain. Dad, you're hurting me! Where is she, Luke, before I rip it off? She's in the dumpster by Letty's BBQ. Daniel lets go and he composes himself. Also, don't ever drive your mom's car without permission. Daniel leaves the restroom, and Luke gets up and sees his ears bright red in the mirror. During lunch, Luke goes up to Judy in the cafeteria. Dad came to school today. We're gonna have to call Dr. Green. Why? What happened? Luke showed Judy his right ear, still bright red. It hurts. Did Dad do this? Yes, he's going crazy, asking me where the mannequin was. Did you tell him? Of course. He was threatening to pull my ear off. Judy calls Dr. Green in that moment. Hello, doctor? Our dad just physically abused Luke over the mannequin. If that's the case, I would call the authorities and have him reported. Is there proof he did? My brother's fucking ear is about to burst. Look, I understand that you're rebelling, but both of you, our dad is not well, and he will hurt us as long as look, the cops will not do anything unless you have proof. If you can record your father physically hurting you, then you can have him committed. Without it, it's just a he say, she say. Okay, thank you, doctor. We'll be sure to have some proof. Judy hangs up the phone. I have an idea. What's the plan? He said that we needed proof in order to go forward with anything. One thing is to be unstable, but it's another thing if you're hurting your own children because of your mental health. Once Luke and Judy are dismissed from school, they head on home. Once they enter inside, Judy starts yelling out to Daniel. She takes out her phone and starts recording. Dad? Are you home? Come out. Come, Judy, let's find the mannequin. The mannequin is nowhere, not in the kitchen and not in the living room. It has to be in Dad's room. Both Judy and Daniel enter into their father's room quietly, and the mannequin's in the corner of the room. Where can Dad be? I'm not sure, let's just get the mannequin. Luke and Judy both take the mannequin and lay it on the backseat of the car. They drive off and head on to the north side of town where the river is at. They park the car on the side of the road and both take out the mannequin and head to the river. Judy carries with her a metal baseball bat that she brought along. They put the mannequin on the ground, and Judy hands her phone to Luke to start recording her. Is it recording? Yes. Once I'm done, you send the video to Dad. Let me know when you press record. It's recording. Judy raises her bat. We love you, Dad, but this is for your own good. We are sad too, but you have to let this go. Mom is gone. Judy starts to hit the mannequin with the bat like it's a piñata. Mom is gone. And she is never coming back. Judy smacks the head of the mannequin and it busts open. Judy, what's inside the mannequin? Both Judy and Luke take a closer look. What the fuck is that? Both of them tear open the skull of the mannequin, only to reveal the head of a dead corpse rotting inside. They both jump back and start coughing from the dreadful smell. Is that Mom? Judy leans closer to the mannequin. I think it is. The face of their dead mother's corpse stares at them as both of them are horrified of everything that's happening. We need to call Dr. Green. Forward him the video. Isn't it better if we call the cops? We are minors. They won't believe us unless there's another adult involved. Who knows what Dad is going through? The cops won't believe us, so Dr. Green can back us up on this. Luke tries to forward the video to Dr. Green, but it won't go through. Luke tries to call him, but it goes to voicemail. One of us has to find out where Dad is while we go get Dr. Green, says Judy. I'll try and talk with Dad, and you go to Dr. Green's office. I know you can Google his address. Luke and Judy both take off. Judy ends up calling an Uber to pick her up while Luke drives off to Dr. Green's office. Judy arrives at home, holding her cell phone in the air. Dad, are you home? Dr. Green and the police are on their way. It's best if you come out. Suddenly, Judy hears noises coming from inside the basement. She walks over and opens the basement and walks inside. Dad? Dad, are you in here? Judy turns on the lights into the basement and is shocked to see several mannequins standing around the basement, all of them dressed in clothes as if they were real people. Judy, my dear, I believe we have to have a little talk, honey. Meanwhile, Luke races over to Dr. Green's office. but it closed early. The secretary is still inside and sees Luke is at the door. She opens the door. I'm sorry, Dr. Green stepped out to see a patient. Can I help you? Was that patient Daniel Brolin? I'm sorry, I can't reveal the details of this matter. It's important. He could be in danger. He is my father and he is very ill. The secretary is hesitant to say anything, but Luke knows that he went over to his father. Luke takes off and heads home. Once he arrives, he bolts his way into the house and starts searching for everyone. Hello? Judy? Dad? Dr. Green? Just then, Luke feels a big bang from behind him. It's his dad who smacked Luke right in the back of the head with that wet trowel. Luke falls to the ground unconscious. Hours have passed. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Luke wakes up inside the basement, strapped to a table, with his hands tied. He sees that his legs are covered in white plaster and can't move them. You weren't supposed to wake up, Luke. Daniel walks over to Luke with cement tools. Luke starts to yell at his father. What has gotten into you? What the fuck is wrong with you, Dad? Luke, you have to understand that the only way I will be happy is to have my family again. We as humans die eventually. We never live long. Our bodies are there, then buried along with every other corpse in the ground. Not us, Luke. Mannequins can live forever. And I've realized that we can also be mannequins. No, Dad! That is horrible! I don't want to be a mannequin! I'm afraid it has to be done, Luke. Just like your sister over there. Daniel points at one of the mannequins, standing by the wall. And it's a mannequin of his sister Judy, holding her hands in the air, as if she was trying to escape her father's torment. Wearing the exact same clothes she was wearing to school that day. No, 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 no! Luke screams as his dad begins to pour the white plaster all over Luke's head. Luke screams for help, but it's no use, as the plaster has covered his entire head, and the screams and yelling all stop. Daniel stops and looks at his creations all around the room. He goes to one of the mannequins in particular, and it's a Virginia, as she is wearing the same brown wig from before. We finally have our family again.